Hey guys, it's Sithlore. Wanted to take a look at the Wall of Zombies skill, which is both an offensive and a defensive skill available to you. Its mana cost is reasonable at 100 mana, but it's got a 20-second cooldown, which I actually find to be pretty significant based on the way that the skill is used. The advantage is that it does a lot of damage. It's 800% weapon damage over 5 seconds. So anybody that you can keep in place is going to take a significant amount of damage while the skill is going on. So let's just take a look at how this works. So it's a north-south skill, or normally. Normally always cast north-south, which, as you can see, just provides a barricade. Now this barricade is usually impenetrable, but for some reason I've seen people get through it before. You can get around it, of course, but most people, so you can see there the spiders were getting around it. I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but I have seen some enemies go through it, although it's extremely rare. So as you can see, that it is a decent skill. The first rune choice, let's go to town and we'll switch this up, is Barricade. So what Barricade does is it increases the width of the wall. And so by increasing the width of the wall, it adds extra defense, but also adds additional offense as well. And what I mean by that is it doesn't actually increase the damage, but it increases the area that the enemies have to go through. And so by increasing the distance that the enemy has to travel, they're in range more often, and if they're in range more often, then they're going to be taking more damage. So that's what I mean by provide some additional offensive benefit as well. So although the damage per second doesn't increase, the total damage taken should increase by being in proximity to the wall. So this is an incredible skill indoors more than outdoors, because you can block them off wall to wall. It does still allow things to penetrate through, so these guys can still hit me behind the wall, unlike the Waller skill, where pretty much if you're in front of the wall, then nothing's getting through and you can't do anything about it. So as you can see, this tremor's taken quite a bit of damage, not only from my primary attack, but at the same time from the Wall of Zombies. So the next rune option available, Unrelenting Grip, increases the snare, or provides a snare. So again, this is another one of those defensive ability, but also provides some offense too, because anybody who is slowed and is trying to get around the wall is again in close proximity. They're in proximity longer because of the fact that they are slowed, and so this is, in my opinion, the stronger rune choice when you're inside a place like this. And the reason being is because a lot of times the width of the wall is already going to be wide enough, and so by providing the extra slow, you don't need the extra width, so you get the best of both benefits. So let's go to town and we'll switch up the rune choice again, unless I'm being attacked by a whole bunch of worms. So creepers is the next one. So in addition to the normal wall, there's 3 guys that crawl out from the wall when the wall expires and deal another 25% weapon damage per hit. I don't find this overly beneficial. Yeah, it's still some additional damage, but for the most part, I don't find it significant. So if this skill provided the benefit from like a waller, like they have, then this would be extremely powerful. But since you're still susceptible to ranged attacks, it doesn't provide a lot of benefit that your meat shields aren't already providing. So this is a skill that I've played with and tested out a little bit, but don't use very often. Not just this rune choice, but the skill in general. So once he's dead, we will now go to town and take a look at the other 2 rune choices. So the first one, or the next one, completely changes the dynamic of the skill. So it's called Pylon. It does 550% weapon damage, and it's instantaneous damage. So you lose all of the defensive abilities because it's no longer a barricade. It's now just, let's stick up a bunch of guys and he goes and attacks. The cooldown has been reduced to 10 seconds. And like I said, I find this to be the strongest offensive rune choice. So you can do a significant amount of damage as a result. And with the 10-second cooldown, I think it's a great choice for the cooldown. The last one is Dead Rush. I don't like this one. It's the only time that I can really find this effective is when you're dealing with a vortex pack. So you're in the middle of battle and you got a whole bunch of guys surrounding you. Because you can't aim it, the zombies are centered on you. And so as you could see there, I believe, maybe not, I'm gonna stand at a distance when the skill becomes ready, and I'll just show you what it does. And this should show you some effectiveness of it. Where did he come from? But you may have been able to see there that when I cast the spell, I'll show you when I'm going to cast it, or I'll tell you when I'm going to cast it again. Alright. I didn't tell you, sorry. One more time as I'm killing these guys. And so what happened is that literally the zombies come out from you, rush in various directions, and like I said, you have pretty much no control whatsoever. So okay, so I'm gonna cast it right now, and as you can see, they just take off. There's about 8 of them that come out. Only 1 of them hit, and they hit for 445% weapon damage. But overall, I find that this is the weakest of all of the rune choices available. So that time, none of them hit. So anyways guys, this is the Wall of Zombies skill. Thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you like the content, please subscribe, and you will be kept up to date on any future content. Thanks guys. Have a good night.